Your party continues down the road. Ha! Can you believe they're gonna pay us so much just to take care of a few little bugs? I wouldn't underestimate them. Clearly something must be wrong. I'm not scared. There's never been a bug in my life I haven't been able to crush. That's what I'm talking about. Suddenly the earth beneath the horses collapses. As they fall in, you hear their scream as two mighty bugs crawl out. Their pincers snapping, antennae twitching. They look at you. Roll for initiative. Hello everybody and welcome to Mimic's Memory, brought to you by TheCajunDM. On today's episode, we're talking about the Ankheg. Equipped with powerful mandibles, able to cut a tree in half. Large, sharp-hooked legs, perfectly adapted for burrowing and grasping its prey. An antenna that can detect even the smallest movement. Ankheg are perfectly adapted for underground survival, though they prefer to live in warm climates, hunting near forests and grassland. It's not unheard of for an Ankheg to live in colder environments, hibernating during the winters, where it would get its nutrients absorbed through its kite. However, these horse-sized monstrosities are an all too common plague on the rural areas of the world, living in tunnels usually 40 feet underground. An Ankheg may build its lair to be between 60 and 150 feet long and 5 feet in height. When it's time for an Ankheg to hunt, it'll burrow upwards, waiting as low as 10 feet underground for its prey to wander into position. The attacks are quick. Ankheg use their large mandibles to crush their prey, while excreting acidic digestive enzyme to slowly dissolve. If multiple Ankhegs were to engage a group, Ankhegs would try to attack different targets. If their prey was attacked by more than one, the Ankhegs would simply play a game of tug of war. During the autumn season, the Ankhegs will seek each other out. Fertilized females will kill the males and lay between 6 and a dozen eggs inside of them. Within a week, these eggs will hatch and begin to feed, eating their way out of the male carcass. Remaining hidden, an Ankheg broodling will not hunt its first year. Instead, the mother will provide subsistence for it. After the first year, the young Ankheg can fend for itself. Before the winter of the second year, young Ankheg will shed its kite. Though slow and vulnerable during this time, a new shell will develop within a week. To defend itself during this time, it secretes a fluid that smells of foul, rotten fruit. Although this defense has been known to do the opposite, as predators will seek out the smell. For you see, Ankheg are not the top of the food chain in the underground world. They've been known to compete for territory with giant ants. If a giant ant was to kill or drive an Ankheg away from its nest, the broodlings left behind would be made to serve the giant ant colony. The giant ants are not the only ones who've managed to tame the Ankheg. In some communities, the Ankheg population is well managed, for some farmers have found that when an Ankheg population lives nearby, the crop yields improve by as much as 15%. Other species like orcs and goblins learn to use these creatures as mounts, their acidic spray being useful in combat. Alright everybody, I think that's all that can be said about Ankhegs, but tell me, when's the last time you've used one in a campaign? Are you excited to use another one? And do you think you can get into the mind of an insect to really perform the disaster that an Ankheg can perform? Let me know in the comments below. Like, follow, subscribe. Join us next week as we finish up the A's with Azir.